everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm testing out some new products. They are launching soon in Canada. They are not a new brand. You can find them in Australia, and I'm not too sure where else, but I know for sure Australia has Nude by Nature, and Canada at Shoppers Drug Mart will be getting the line, so that is very exciting. So I have pretty much a lot of their products. I'm missing lip and I'm missing brow, but for the most part I have a lot of their stuff. So I'm going to be doing pretty much a full face using all their products, and that will be the video. So the goal by the end of this video is to look like an Australian babe. That is my goal. So let's see what I can do. The first product I have is the primer. Now this is just a little travel size. This is a 15 ml, but the primer comes in the 30 ml in a box like this. I'm going to be using this because I already have this opened. So I'm going to be applying primer all over my face. It has a very like lemony, citrusy kind of smell to it. Very like natural. That's a good way to describe it. It's very lightweight. Feels almost like in between like a gel cream. Kind of feels like a gel and a cream mixed together. So I'm just working that all over the face, and it has almost like a tacky, sticky texture, which is nice. It almost feels like it's gonna really hold the product on your face for a long time. So today I'm gonna be going in with the BB cream for my foundation. I have two shades. There's definitely more than two shades, but I have number 4 Natural Tan, and I also have number 3 Nude Beige. So this shade's number 3, that shade's number 4. 4 is really, really tan, almost with a red undertone. And then this one's more of a golden, more of a neutral with a yellow undertone. So I'm definitely going to be picking this one today. So I also have in front of me their Sheer Light Illuminator, which I've never played with. Some of the products I have played with before, and then others I haven't. So that's the Sheer Illuminator. It's that really pretty peach color at the bottom. So I'm actually going to mix on the back of my hand a little bit of the Sheer Illuminator. And then I'm also going to put a little bit of that BB Cream number 3 Nude. I'm going to start off by using a little brush. This is the Dermablend foundation brush. So it's definitely a very sheer application. I'm going to take a little bit more of the BB Cream just by itself and using my finger and just working that into certain areas on my face. If you're looking for something really sheer, almost like a tinted cream, basically like almost like a tinted cream, you might really like this. Obviously I'm a full glam person, so this is not something I would do on the daily, but maybe if I wanted to just go to the beach or something one day and I wanted to throw on a little bit of tinted moisturizer, it gives you a tiny bit of coverage, but not a whole lot. But their loose powder is amazing, and I'm going to be applying that over top of this, which is a full coverage powder, and it looks so good. So I'll show you how that works. But before I do that, I'm going to apply a concealer. So they have 2 concealers. They're doing a stick concealer, which is a full coverage concealer, and then they have the Perfecting concealer, which is the liquid one, which is more of like illuminating medium coverage. So we have shade 3, shade 4, and shade 5. I think that they're really good color tones. I do like that. The top one here, the shade 5, has a little bit more peach in it, which is good if you have really, really dark circles. That will really help correct. So I think today, I'm going to first apply number 5, which is called Shell Beige. And the reason why I'm doing this is because it has that peach, and I love a good peach corrector. So I'm going to take that on my finger and apply that first. And for being a number 5, it's not dark at all. I'm also going to take a little bit of 4 and press that too, just to give me a little bit more coverage. This is definitely a dewy concealer. It's very radiant, so if you're looking for something that's going to make you look really like super healthy, kind of give your skin a really nice glow, you might like this concealer. Today I have some blemishes on my skin, so I'm going to try out the full coverage concealer. I have number 3 and 5, so I'll show you again on the back of my hand what 3 and 5 look like. So number 5 and then number 3. So I'm going to be taking number 3, and I'm going to be placing that on any areas that I have some blemishes. Now I'm going to add my probably favorite product that they have in the line. So this is their loose powder. It's called the Radiant Loose Powder. I have shades, today I have shade N4, which is Silky Beige, and then I also have W4, which is Soft Sand. I'm definitely going to use W4 today. It's cool because they include the sifter inside, so it doesn't get really, really messy. And the top piece has a little stopper that pushes down the product, so it does not go everywhere, which is really, really handy. So I'm going to be taking their kabuki brush, like the big fat brush, and I'm going to be dipping that brush into the powder. I'm going to be applying that all over the face. This powder is, it's beautiful. Like, it's a stunning powder. And the reason why I wasn't too concerned about the BB cream being really sheer is because I know that this powder does a really beautiful job at covering. So it's nice. And it's really nice when you buff it into the skin. It's an amazing powder. It covered up my blemishes, it covered up the redness, and my skin looks even. So now the next step is I'm going to take the same powder, but it's the translucent powder, and I'm going to take that underneath to set my eye. I tried baking with this, and I can tell you, I found it a tiny bit drying when baking, and I find that a lot of the times I find a lot of loose powders drying underneath my eye. So I like to take this on more of a fluffy brush and just give it a nice quick dusting. Okay, so they also have a contour kit. The kit looks like this. I'm going to take a little bit of the contour shades. I could have also used this yellow shade underneath my eye to brighten a little bit, which actually does a really nice job of brightening. I don't know if you can tell the difference, but it does do a really good job. So now I'm going to contour my cheekbones. I'm going to mix the two, almost like the bronze and the contour shade together. I find that the contour shade's a little bit ashy, like it's a really cool tone, so if you like that, you might like it by itself, but I like to mix the two together. And I'm just going to add a little bit of definition on my cheeks. I think my next favorite product in the line is their bronzer. So they have two choices for bronzer. So they have the loose Bondi Bronzer, which is the same kind of like radiant glow powder. They also have the pressed version of the loose powder. And I know some people like loose, some people like pressed. It's all a preference. Colors between the two are the exact same. So this is a very warm bronzer. It gives you a lot of warmth to your skin. It's not a cool tone bronzer. It also has a tiny bit of shimmer in it. I've been using it. I really like it. I think it looks so healthy on the skin, and it really just like warms up your face. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to apply it on the face. It's very forgiving, so if you add a lot, you can blend it out. It's very, very, very forgiving. That's another reason why I like it. It blends into your face seamlessly. It honestly looks like you were in Australia getting a tan with the koala bears, okay? And my body's pretty tan, so this really just helps kind of match everything together. So another thing I like to do is I like to take my W4 powder again that I used all over my face. And what I do is I take my little Quo sponge, which I really, really like, and I dip the sponge into the powder, and I like to go along down the side of my contour and bronze. And I like to just drag this through, and it just melts. The powder will melt into your face, and it just gives you a really nice clean, it cleans up. So your bronzer and your contour are not too low. It just really cleans up everything and gives you a smooth, smooth look. So I don't know if you can tell the difference between this side. It kind of looks a little bit messy. It looks a little choppy. This side is more clean. It's more smooth. They also have cream sticks and powder blushes. So the creams are gorgeous. These are the two highlighting sticks. The top one is called Rose, the bottom one is called Bronze. They're really radiant and absolutely beautiful. They give your skin such a healthy glow. This makeup is all natural, it's good for your skin, there's no toxic ingredients in it, so if you're really looking for a line that you can feel comfortable and safe using, definitely would check out these guys. And then they also have blushes. So I have some of their blushes. I have, so that's Desert Rose. That shade is called Soft Coral, and then that shade is called Pink Lily. Well, I just added a little bit of my stick that was on my hand. Okay, good news. Actually, I've never done this before. So, you can actually layer the cream product on top of the powder. It actually works really well. It doesn't go patchy. But what I did, I think this is probably the best way to do it if you're going to have your powder on your face first. Apply the cream to the back of your hand, put it on your finger, and start to work it into the cheek. It is absolutely beautiful. It gives you such a radiance. It almost kind of reminds me, this color, of the NARS, the Orgasm. That's what it kind of looks like. Has more coral in it than pink, but it's beautiful. So I think I'm gonna stick with that for blush. I think it's really, really light and beautiful. So next they have their highlight. So I have, this is the Sheer Light Pressed Highlighter, which is beautiful. I've worn it a couple times. It is very, very pretty. Then they also have a highlighting palette. So the highlighting palette has 3 shades, which are also stunning in the kit. And then they also have loose pigments, which can be used as eyeshadows or as highlighters. I'm going to show you, I might as well just show you this on the back of my hand, because these, when you see these, they're absolutely stunning. So the top shade is called number 3. It's called Rose Sand. The middle shade is called Coral Sand number 2. And this light shade, that beautiful shade at the bottom there, is number 1, White Sand. I'm going to go in with the individual highlighter here, this pressed one, and I'm going to use that on top of the cheekbones. I think it's really going to match that cream blush highlight stick we just used. And I'm gonna be a little bit extra. I'm gonna take that really light, loose pigment shade. First, I'm gonna take it on the Cupid's bow. It's really pretty. Take it a little bit at the bridge of my nose. I'm also gonna take a tiny bit of that light shade and put it on top, just because I'm feeling extra. Okay, so my camera shut off, so I took the time to do my eyebrows because I don't have any other eyebrow products. So I just used my Clarins eyebrow pencil in soft blonde, and then I went in with my Art Deco clear gel. So now I'm gonna start the eye look. So they do have an eye primer, but I cannot use it. It has wheat in it, so I'm gonna skip on that step. And right now I'm getting eczema in my eyes, like right here. It's almost like irritation, and it gets really flaky and dry and red. And I think I'm trying to pinpoint what it is, and I think it can be sparkles. Anytime I use like that glittery kind of eyeshadow, I get this problem. And today I have it. Last night I used gold on my eye, gold sparkles, and now I have a problem. And anyways, that's a whole nother video. So I'm going to take a tiny bit of concealer just to put all over the eye to kind of give them a blank canvas. They have lots of eyeshadow options. So they have individual eyeshadows. They also have eyeshadow trios. Then they also have the eyeshadow palette. So the palette's awesome. It has amazing neutrals in it. It has shimmer, it has matte. This palette is also made in the USA. And but the really interesting part about this is they happen to just throw in some blue. It is weird. It's like a neutral and then a pop of blue. So I kind of like that. It's unique. All their products have the smell to it. It's not like a, how do I describe this? It's not what you think. It's not a perfume smell. It's not like a pleasant smell. It's not an unpleasant smell either. It's just that they're not adding any, it almost has like a Play-Doh, if that make any sense, like a Play-Doh-ish smell, because they're not adding any chemicals, they're not adding any fragrance. What you're smelling is the natural mineral itself. So they all kind of have that smell, if you know what I mean. The first trio, and every trio has a little brush in it, and I like it because it's not like your crappy, you know, that sponge applicator. It actually gives you a really nice tiny little brush, which is great. It's better than this sponge thing. So every palette, the trio, comes with this cute little thing. It has more of a shadow brush on this side and a liner brush on the other side. This one is called a Natural Illusion Eyeshadow Trio in number 03 Rose. Natural Illusion Eyeshadow Trio in number 2 Smoky. This one is called number 01 Nude. I have number 01 Storm. This one is called Pearl. This one is Sunset. Sunrise, number 4. I don't know. The eyeshadows are a little bit more of a dry texture. They're not like overly creamy. So I'm gonna see how they work. I've only used it like once or twice, so I can't really have an opinion right now. I'm going to set the whole eye. I'm gonna go in with this shade here from the Nude palette. So I'm gonna take the light shade. So I'm gonna work this light, it's from the same palette. I'm gonna take this really light brown shade here. I'm gonna work this into my crease. The shadows are pretty pigmented. This one went on really nice. It has good color payoff. Liking it, blends out really well. First I'm gonna go in with the dark blue. No idea. I guess we'll kind of do like a halo eye. Pretty pigmented? Pretty pigmented, not bad. This is actually really pigmented. Like, I'm surprised how pigmented this blue is. It's weird because the texture is not creamy, so I thought it wouldn't go on as well as it's applying, but it really is applying nicely. So then I'm gonna take a little bit more of that color on a more of a fluffy brush, and I'm kind of gonna work that now into the crease very lightly, just to kind of blend everything together. When you start to blend the shadow, the color obviously dilutes a bit, kind of like, you know, fades out, not into a bold blue. So you have to go back in after you kind of blend and pat more. If you want to really intensify it, pat more on top. In the middle of my eye, I'm actually going to take this loose pigment again, the one that I showed you before in my hand, and I am going to use it wet. I think that these pigments are unbelievable. They're incredible. I just wish that they didn't come the way they came. I kind of wish they came more like in a pot, like a MAC pigment pot kind of thing. I think it'd be easier to use, to be honest with you, and less messy. So that's the only kind of downfall, but it's amazing. Like, it's an amazing product. Number 3, Rose Sand. Okay, so they also have eyeliners. I've been using their eyeliners, and their eyeliners are beautiful. So I'm just gonna line my eyes. I'm not gonna do any wing. It's just gonna be a basic line. I'm gonna bring that pencil into the waterline. I'm gonna take the blue shade again. I'm gonna run that underneath the lash line. I'm also placing a little bit of it in the corner of the eyes too. I've never tried their mascara, so I'm going to give it a go for the first time on camera. So this is it is called the Black Allure Defining Mascara. This is a brush that I really like. It is a kind of like a comb kind of brush, which is awesome. Definitely do like this mascara. I think it is actually a good mascara, but because this look is so damn dramatic, I'm gonna add fake eyelashes. Okay, so I just added a pair of fake eyelashes. I'm gonna go in with a lip liner. This is by NYX. This is called the Matte Liner in Soft Spoken. I don't own any of their lip products, so I'm gonna take the blush stick that I use on my cheek and just apply it all over the lip. And I'm gonna take a little bit of the Covergirl Melting Pout number 105. The end of my demo, I guess we'll call it. I was sent these products, but I was not told to make a video at all. I did it on my own. I really do think this is a good brand. If you're looking for natural makeup, if you're looking for cruelty-free, definitely try this stuff out. It is awesome. So, overall, I am impressed with this brand. I think it's gonna be awesome at the drugstore. And that will be all I have to say. If you like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye.